right, so another game of the Fall Bolt Action League, Saskatoon Bolt Action League tournament. So today's game is Andrew's Hungarians versus Aaron's Japanese. So this is round 2 in the losers bracket. So the loser is knocked out of the tournament and winner advances on. So this is the board we rolled for just our original grass mat that we have. It's set up as an airfield this time, but we rolled and there's a river, so we set up a river in the middle. So just for reference, we have one bridge here, one bridge there. They're just standard roads, but there's a ford point right there, and that's considered rough ground, so wheeled vehicles can't cross. Anything's got to advance across otherwise. This building right here is considered a ruin. This one here is considered a ruin, but this is still considered a building. This one's also considered a building. These sandbags are considered hard cover for any infantry that's up in the tower. The plains we consider soft cover because infantry can still get their feet shot. Otherwise, not too much else to say, and nothing can cross the river except for at the crossing points. All right, Andy, let's roll for the scenario.
Okay.
So grab a dice. A 1. So I know what that already is. That's maximum attrition. So that is our version of kill points. So each order dice you take is a point, and the winner is the person who controls the most enemy order dice. No objectives. It's just going to be straight battling. So we'll get into army introductions. So here's Andy's Hungarian army. So if you want to point us out what we got here, it's all strung along the edge of the board here.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, we have a second lieutenant with 2 helpers. They all are equipped with submachine guns.
Regular, I believe.
And they are regular.
Okay.
You know the army. We have the experienced Honved division, and they are veterans. 7 rifles and 1 MG42 LMG. And 1 Panzerfaust.
Okay.
All right. And then we have the parachute assault section. That's over here.
Okay.
They have 5 submachine guns, 4 rifles, and 1 Panzerfaust.
Okay.
And then we have the border guard section. I believe that's right here. We have 6 rifles and 1 flamethrower with an assistant.
And that's regular.
That is regular.
The
Oh, I should have
paratroopers.
said the parachute assault section is veteran.
Okay.
Yes. Aerocross militia. Right there.
Okay.
And they are inexperienced. They're shirkers with fatalistic zeal.
Okay.
Okay. Machine gun team. Regular.
Okay.
Medium machine gun, I should say.
Yep.
We have the Hungarian version of the... Where am I looking?
Right
yes, there you go. Bazooka. The, what do they call it? The Panzerkran rocket launcher team. Regular. The 43M Sorovetso, i.e. naval warfare.
Oh, that's right there. Yep.
Yep. And then the 39M...
That's regular.
Yeah, regular. 39M Kasaba at regular.
That's got a anti-tank rifle and a medium machine gun coax.
That's right.
Armor 7.
I believe so. Yep.
Okay.
All right. And then we have the Panzer IV. That's coming in at regular. It has the Scherzen side skirts.
Oh.
All right. And it's equipped with coaxial MMG and a forward-facing hull-mounted MMG as well.
So again, to reiterate, that is a German support unit, so it counts as being German. So it does give Tiger Fear, as well as has Hitler's Buzzsaw on its machine guns.
That's right. And the 43M Zerini 2. That's got a forward-facing medium howitzer, a crew-carried MMG, as well as a forward-facing pintle-mounted MMG.
It has the pintle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And the truck.
Okay, and that's just a truck, a regular truck, no gun.
No gun on there.
Okay, so that is the Hungarian army. All right, Japan next. Right, so here's Japan's army strung out along the edge of this table edge. All right, Aaron, what do we got?
Okay, let's start over here. It's my lone sniperman.
Is he veteran regular?
He is regular.
Okay.
This is just a regular second lieutenant.
Okay.
This is my Type 1 47mm anti-tank gun. Regular. This is my veteran flamethrower squad. All these are my inexperienced bamboo men. There's 15 of them total.
Okay.
This squad, this squad, this squad, and this squad are all regular with rifles.
Okay. That's a ton of riflemen. Okay.
They are a total of 7 men each.
Okay. 4 7-man squads, all with rifles. Interesting.
This is a second lieutenant with 2 riflemen.
Yeah. Oh, and the tanks.
On
We
the
got.
coach here.
Oh, we had to spill over. Okay. What else we got?
The Chiha here, regular.
That's with the light howitzer. Yep.
Yeah, and this is the Type 87 armored car with 2 medium-mounted machine guns.
You should really glue wheels onto that. Yep.
Yeah, and I'll get there. This is the Horo. My
Regular with the heavy howitzer. Yep.
Regular anti-tank lunge mine guys.
Yep.
And this is a 12-man veteran squad, all rifles.
Ooh. All right. So a ton of order dice from Japan and a ton of infantry. So this will be interesting. All right. So let's get into it. So we have done some rolling for table sides. Andrew gets this side. He rolled the highest number and picked the airstrip side. Aaron picks this side. So Andrew then had to announce what things are going into reserve and not coming out first wave. So the Aerocross is staying in reserve. The MMG team staying in reserve. The Border Cross squad is staying in reserve. And the truck is staying in reserve. Aaron replied by announcing that one of his rifle squads of the regular 7-man squads is staying in reserve, as well as his Chia and his Horo. We have placed the forward deployers. Aaron is the only person with forward deployers. He put a suicide anti-tank man right there. He put 2 right there. And then he put his lone sniper in this building here, covering a wide section of the middle. Pretty good spot. Andrew, since we played the unofficial rules for Hungary, we allow the Hungarian army a third rule. They can either pick between a advance move before the start of the game with a tank or armored car, or they can place D3 defensive objective or defensive barricades in their deployment zone. Andrew rolled a 1 and placed 1 defensive barricade right there. And that counts as hard cover for anything against it. All right, we're going to start picking order dice. So Andrew gets the first order dice. So he advances his Zarini onto the table. And he's firing his crew-fired MMG, or his crew-carried MMG, at the sniper in the building. We'll measure range and figure out the odds here. All right, so it advanced. We measured 27 inches, long range, small team, hard cover, 6-on-6s, 5 dice.
Oh boy.
All right,
Good
so
deal.
2 6s. See if we can get another hit. Nope. The second dice puts one of his anti-tank men down. Next dice. Dice. Aaron, another suicide man down.
That's a good idea.
Aaron, another dice. Puts his third and final suicide anti-tank man down. Next dice. Andrew places his MMG team down. And puts his border cross squad. Andrew puts his border cross squad into outflank. They are heading that direction. Next dice. Andrew puts his Aerocross squad down. Next dice. And places his 1 regular 7-man squad that's in reserves down. Next dice. This is his Horo down. Now goes down. Next dice.
How's the sniper reaction?
In a bold move, puts his lieutenant behind the building. Next dice. And running his bamboo squad straight up the middle from the edge here, 12 inches. So, very aggressive. I like it. And advancing some of his regular riflemen running them up behind the bamboo squad in the middle of the table. Next dice. Advances his Panzer IV onto the table, comes up, and he's firing across the table over at the bamboo squad with his whole machine gun, and then he's firing his coax machine gun at the regular squad behind. So we're going to measure that, and we'll come out with the probability here quick. So, in range, measure to the backman. in range. So long range. So long range in advance. We'll check to see if these guys get covered. Luck. And most of the bamboo squad is actually hidden by the bridge in the building. So they actually get hard cover, but the squad behind does not get hard cover, but they get soft cover because they're shooting through the infantry. So 6 dice. 6 is on 6 for the bamboo squad.
Let's do it. Nothing.
Nope. And the squad behind will be hitting on 6s. 6 dice. 1 hit. They take a pin. Reroll. They're regular. Killing on 4, 5, or 6.
Oh.
Nothing. It runs a 7-man regular squad up behind the hill here. Next dice. Running his veteran Honved squad up behind the large brick destroyed building. Interesting. Next dice. Running his second lieutenant with his 2 buddies up alongside the Honved squad. Next dice. Goes down. Next dice. Running his bazooka team up on the far side of the board. Next dice. Gets the next dice. He takes his armored car, drives up on the far side of the board here, up to right here. He is then firing his dual MMG turret at the bazooka squad back there. We've already decided that the poles in the hangar don't count as cover, so it's 10 dice. We'll measure the range, but it's probably 5s because of long range. Oh no, 6s. Long range, advance, small team. But grab that tape measure there, Aaron.
I don't know if
It looks like it will be long range.
it's long range 18.
From the tip of the gun?
Oh, no, from the tip of the car. It is not long range.
Just in.
So advance 4,
5.
5. 10 dice hitting on 5s. All right, Aaron.
He's got them packed away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. All right.
So 6,
3 hits.
3 hits.
Oh, okay.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Pin on him.
Yep. And they are regular, I believe. So killing on 4, 5, and 6. 1 death. So you, Andrew, you must take a morale check now. I believe you are in range of your lieutenant. We should measure that.
Ooh, we better.
Okay, grab the tape measure. Your lieutenant is right over there. Ooh, yep, I'd say you're in range.
Yep.
Okay, he's in range. So, needing a 9 with 2 dice. He passes.
Ooh.
All right, but he's down a gunner, or down a loader. Andrew running his parachute assault squad up behind the bushes.
Settle down.
All right, next dice.
Settle down.
Drops his sniper into ambush. Next dice. Running his regular rifle squad up on this side of the board, just behind the fence. Next dice. And runs his lieutenant up behind the stone wall. Next dice. His flamethrower up behind this building in the middle of the table. Next dice. Running his veteran squad onto the center of the bridge. All right. Next dice. Runs his anti-tank gun up on the far side of the board, which has direct line of sight on that Panzer IV. So it could be interesting who gets the next dice. That is Aaron's last dice for this turn. And now Andrew's got the final 2 dice for turn 1. Andy advances the Nebelwerfer onto the board. On the far side, the sniper, though, is able to see a man. So Aaron is triggering an ambush. We'll measure the range, ensure he's in range, or grab the tape measure. I am sure that's within 36 inches.
You're in range. You don't even
Oh,
need to know
easy. Okay, 1 dice, hitting on a 3.
Use a wood dice this time.
Ooh, bold stuff. He hits. Oh no,
Okay.
cock dice.
Cocked.
Reroll.
There you go.
He hits. Okay, now roll another dice. Killing on a 4, 5, or 6. Nope, no death, but they take a pin. His final dice advances his armored car up, and you are doing what?
Shoot at the infantry on the bridge.
Okay,
Is,
you're firing
veteran
your
squad.
MMG, I assume?
Yep.
Okay, we'll measure the range and come back to you with on the odds. Oh,
24.
all right.
24 and a
So long range and advance. We'll check if they have cover. All right, so we checked. He can see exactly half, does not get cover. So hitting on 5s with 5 dice.
One hit.
1 hit, they take a pin, reroll. Killing on 5s and 6s. Ooh, 1 death, reroll that 6. It's not exceptional. 1 death, 1 pin. And to turn 1, not much for killing. A few pins on a few things. 1 death out of this veteran squad, and just positioning. All right, going on to turn 2. Dice of turn 2 goes to Japan. And activating the anti-tank gun to fire at the Panzer IV. We'll measure the range. Grab that tape measure there, Aaron. That's a medium anti-tank gun. I assume it is not long range. We'll find out.
31.
Ooh, actually, I think that is long range. We'll check. I think it's 60 inches. Double checked. That is, in fact, long range. So anything over 30. So 1 dice hitting on a 4. All right, Aaron. He hits. All right, we'll check what side of the armor that is, if that's front or side. View is hitting right on the corner, so it is a 50%. We're going to roll to decide if it's front armor or side armor. So on a 4, 5, or 6, he is hitting the side armor. He is hitting the front armor. Okay, so let's roll for penetration. So 4 plus 5 is 9. He equals the front armor. So we're rolling, it's surficial damage. We're going to roll 1 dice on the damage chart, and it's d6 minus 3. All right, so it is stunned. It takes an extra pin, so it now has 2 pins, and goes down. Next, oh, and we need to roll for a turret jam. On a 4, 5, or 6, the turret is jammed. Turret is not jammed. All right. Okay, next dice. Takes the second dice, and he advances his car up, and he's firing at this squad there. I believe they're veteran. So Andrew needs to decide if he goes down. Range is just outside of 6 inches, so not point blank. It'd be hitting on 4s. Andrew decides to go down, so 10 dice hitting on 6. All right, Aaron, roll them up.
That's a lot of 6s.
All right, so 5 hits. They take a pin. They are veteran, so now killing on 5s and 6s with 5 dice. 2 deaths. Reroll those 6s. 1 exceptional. All right.
You get to pick.
Aaron picks the Panzerfaust with his exceptional damage, as well as another man dies. All right. Next dice.
2 deaths?
Yep, 2 deaths. Trying to pass his orders test for his veteran squad, needing a 9 with 1 pin. Ooh, actually, 1 second. See the Panzer IV, so they need an 8.
Oh, that car could have seen it too, actually. Fuck.
Okay, they pass.
John, that car could have seen
Let's see where they go. Advances the veteran squad then up, and he is firing at the squad that just went down. What was the range? Okay.
17 and a half, 18 almost?
Yep, so in range, but it's long range. So advance for long range 5, down 6 on 6.
Oh, they're still down. They still get that.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Should have
Okay.
went for the ZPA.
So that's 12 dice, hitting 6 on 6.
2 6s.
2 6s, reroll those.
The Japanese guys look the coolest.
Nothing.
Like the shirtless guys.
All right. Attempting to bring out his Chiha out of outflank, needing an 8 to pass.
Oh shit, you got 2 tanks left. What do you got? You got your tanks up?
Yeah, but this one's pretty
It comes out.
fairly piled up already.
All right. Running his Chiha tank up the far side. All right. Aaron gets another dice, running his suicide anti-tank man up closer towards the center.
Is that guy
Next
only
dice.
effective against?
It's another order dice. Puts the sniper into ambush. Andrew now finally gets a dice. Let's see what he does. Squad attempting to do something, needing an 8 to pass the test.
Nope.
They go down. All right. Next dice.
Seven.
Puts the squad down. Next dice. Puts his second lieutenant behind this building. Down. Next dice.
1 pin.
All right. Yeah, Andrew trying to activate his Nebelwerfer. 1 pin, needing an 8.
What is that one?
He passes. All right. What are you firing at, Andrew?
I'm gonna fire at the bamboo squad. I think that's what I can see there.
Yep, you can see the bamboo squad in the distance. Ooh, that's scary. There's a lot of units around that bamboo squad.
Clumped
Kill
up.
them. They're
Clumped
in the
up
way.
because we have the bamboos here.
Get them out of there.
Flamethrower here. The other squad here. And he might be able to tag one of these suicide anti-tank men. We'll measure and we'll roll for them. This is scary. So the bamboo squad is 6 inches also away from both the suicide anti-tank men, the flamethrower, the anti-tank gun, and the regular squad back behind here. So let's roll 1 dice for the bamboo squad. Aaron, you can decide to go down if you like.
Nope.
Okay. 1 dice, hitting on a 6.
Oh yeah.
Does not get it. Rolling for the regular squad. And Aaron, you can go down if you like.
No.
Okay. Nope. Rolling for a flamethrower. You can go down if you like.
Flamethrowers go down, yeah.
Flamethrower is going down. Okay. 1 dice hitting on a 6. He gets it. Good call. Okay. So that halves the damage, but hold on, we better measure to see if another unit falls into that. After looking, the 3-inch template, when centered over the flamethrower squad, tags 1 person in the bamboo squad. But let's roll the 1 dice for the flamethrower, because he's went down. All right, so 1 man has died. Now roll for pins. It's D3 pins, so he takes 2 pins. All right, now, hold on, before you roll. Aaron now has to take a morale check
On what? My flamethrower?
on your flamethrower because it now has lost a man and it's gone to half strength. So, you have 2 pins.
They're veteran.
They are veteran?
7.
Okay. So you need a 8.
What was it?
All right. It survives, but loses a man. Now you roll 1 dice for the 1 man in the bamboo squad. Ooh, a 6. Okay, re-roll that 6. It's not. Okay, now roll for pins. So 1 death on the bamboo and 2 pins. All right. Okay, now let's roll a dice for a suicide anti-tank man. Are you going down, Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay, he's going down to suicide man. Okay, nope, and the other one.
Other suicide?
Yeah.
Down?
Yeah.
Okay, they're both going down.
Oh, sorry.
No, nothing. Okay. So, overall...
Okay. Oh, we've
Good.
got the anti-tank gun.
Oh, and the anti-tank gun. Are you going... Oh, you can't go down. So, hitting on a 6.
Or what?
Ooh. Overall, though, good shooting on the Nebelwerfer. Well done. Drew activates his armored car. He's driving through the water tower. And he is attempting to shoot at the side of this armored car. He would be needing a 3 to hit, because it's point blank, which ignores the advance. Hitting on a 3. He does not get it. Andrew gets a dice. He's activating the Zerini, firing the crew-fired MMG at the sniper. So that is long range, hard cover, small team. Long range makes that a 4. Hard cover makes that 5-6. And the sniper small team makes it 6 on 6. 5 dice, 6 is on 6. Nothing.
All right.
Attempting to bring out his MMG team, needing an 8. They come out. All right. And Andy has decided to place them right here. Okay. Next dice. Squad attempting to run.
Oh, yeah.
Only one with the British?
They are not within 6 inches of a lieutenant. They have 2 pins, needing a 6 to pass.
They come out.
They ditch a pin, And let's see where they go. Squad running up the center of the board into the middle of the bridge. Getting very aggressive. All right. Next dice. Places his unit down. I believe they're outflanking. All right.
Yes, they are.
Puts his lieutenant behind the house. Down. Next dice. Attempting to move the regular squad with their one pin. Needing an 8.
I just suck at rolling dice, I think.
And they move.
I've watched you suck it.
Let's see where he takes them.
Yeah.
The regular squad advances up behind the bamboo squad on the bridge. Next dice. Attempting to bring the truck onto the board, needing an 8. Does not. Truck goes down. Next dice. Regular squad goes down.
Horo down.
Horo goes down. Next dice. Aaron running
These guys
with his final dice, running another regular squad as far
These guys.
on his left side as he
These
can.
guys.
Advancing towards the ford in the river.
Oh.
All right. Aaron aggressively pushing across into Andy's zone. Let's see how he replies. Andrew places his Aerocross militia down. All right. What are you doing with your last few dice?
I
As
don't know.
Japan has gotten all their dice.
Is,
His lieutenant up behind the brick wall. All right. Is that all of your dice?
actually,
With his final dice, advancing this squad of the parachutists.
or run. It doesn't matter. They're not.
Okay.
They're not taking any shit.
All right.
Well-
Advancing out. Where are you going?
Yeah, man.
Advancing up to the side of the river.
Shooting at my sniper?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Firing at the sniper. Who is in ambush? Are you triggering your ambush?
Absolutely, I am.
Okay. So, triggering your ambush. Are you using your scope or not? Hold on, we'll get into it. He's using the scope on the rifle to trigger his ambush. Yep. Well, further than a foot. Hitting on a 3.
Damn it.
He misses.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
Yeah.
So, that marks the end of turn 2.
Oh, I get to. I'm firing at him.
Oh, he is
I might
firing.
as well,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So, we'll do the odds. But I believe you have 5 submachine guns in that, which are outside of their range.
Yeah, they don't.
And you have, what, 4 rifles?
Yeah.
4 rifles, long range, advance, hardcover, small team with 4 dice. Yeah. 1 6.
But you never know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be pretty awesome.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Happens
you got a
once in
hit.
blue moon.
Okay, killing on he's regular? Or veteran?
I think it's regular.
4, 5, or 6. It's dead.
He's dead.
Whoa.
The snipers died. Andrew claims the first dice and takes the lead.
Oh my god.
All right. So there you go, Andrew. First dice to you. So that marks the end of turn 2.
Title shit.
Andrew pulls into the lead,
I feel a
but
title.
Aaron very aggressively pushing up towards the middle. It's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds. All right. Turn 3. Who gets the first dice of turn 3, attempting to move the Panzer IV with 2 pins. So, needing a 7 to pass. 6. It goes down, which means it has to advance backwards as far away from the closest unit in its front arc, which will be the men on the bamboo squad, so it'll back up to about here-ish.
Is that how a tank goes down?
Yes. Right, so the tank has reversed. All right, second dice.
What we wanted.
The second dice of turn 3, firing the medium anti-tank gun at the front armor of the Panzer IV. It is long range, hitting on a 4. He misses. It's a third dice, and he fires his armored car at the other armored car, but the other armored car was activating its recce. So Aaron's going to move it out of the way.
Is that out of the way?
We will check. So Aaron moved as far back as he can around this corner, but Andrew can still see just a little bit. So he gets hard cover. So Andrew firing on, it would be normally a 3, but then hard cover makes it 4, 5. 1 dice hitting on a 5. He gets it. Okay, so this is front armor. You have +2 penetration with your anti-tank rifle. This is for penetration.
Ooh.
2 + 2.
Does not
Nothing.
penetrate.
But he takes a pin. All right. All right, Andrew, firing the Nebelwerfer. What are you firing it at again?
How many squads is that?
There's 2 there.
Okay.
There's a few.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's gonna be obviously my shot
Are you
here.
firing at the regular squad back here, the inexperienced squad up there?
How many guys in that regular squad?
It's just firing at the regular squad in the back. The bamboo squad will be in range. The flamethrower is in range, and we'll measure
Only one of those guys, I'm guessing.
the suicide anti-tank men are within range there,
I think one is.
but not, one of the suicide anti-tank men. So, 1 dice for the regular squad. Are you going down, Aaron?
Yeah.
He's going down, okay. 1 dice hitting on a 6. No. The bamboo squad, are you going down?
Nah.
Okay. Okay. Suicide anti-tank man. You go, I guess he probably doesn't even benefit you to go down.
No.
Okay, rolling for that.
I don't think I've ever.
Okay, flamethrower also doesn't benefit him to go down.
Well, man, these guys.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's perfect.
No hits for the Nebelwerfer. Aaron advancing his Chiha up.
Shooting at his Nebelwerfer.
Firing at the Nebelwerfer. Okay, what are you firing at with? You have a hull-mounted MMG, you have a light howitzer, or your coax MMG. What are you firing with? The Chiha actually doesn't have a coax MMG, so he has to fire the hull and the light howitzer. We measured, it's 25 inches, so it is long range for both guns. So he advanced, long range, so light howitzer hitting on a 5. Misses. Now, 5 shots for the hull-mounted MMG, also hitting on 5s.
Two hits.
2 hits. It takes a pin. Reroll those 2. Killing on 4, 5, or 6.
One.
1 death.
One death.
Okay. 1 death and a pin.
Yep.
All right.
Do you have that little dice?
Veteran squad advancing up to shoot. Moved 3 by mistake already, but in line of sight at the Panzer IV, needing to pass a Tiger Fear test. So, needing a 9.
God, that's annoying.
Ooh. So 6, 7, 8, 9. It passes. All right. So continue on. Aaron advances up, firing at the squad in the open.
Oh, and I want that, yeah.
And Andrew opts to go down. Is he within 12 inches, though?
Fuck.
It is.
This way. Oh, I don't know, man. Look at it.
That's within 12 inches.
Okay, it is just.
Yeah, just within 12 inches. So,
Good thing he went down.
11 dice
okay.
for the 11 rifles, as one had died, hitting on 6s.
No 6s.
Nothing. All right, next dice. Aaron attempting to move the bamboo squad, but needs to pass a test. They have 1 pin, and hold on, let's double check that.
It is.
Yeah, okay, 1 pin, needing a 7 to pass.
Damn.
They go down. All right. Andrew running his MMG team up into the water tower. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
We will we'll just jam them in there.
Yeah.
That works. They fit though. Okay, next dice. Advancing his regular squad up alongside his Chiha on the far side of the table. Next dice. Trying to rally his flamethrower, who is a veteran. So, needing a 10.
It's got 2 pins.
Doesn't matter for the rally test. Ooh, just gets a 10. You have 2 pins. There's no way you can get less than 2 pins. So no sense in rolling a dice. Loses his pins. Advancing his parachute squad across the way. And he plans on firing all of his guns at this squad. And he has 1 Panzerfaust, who I believe he's going to fire at the tank. All right, we'll figure out the math. We measured it up. It's further than 12 inches, or sorry, it's not further than 12, it's further than 6 inches for the tank, but it's within 12 inches. So it's long range for the Panzerfaust. And he advanced. He'd be hitting on a 5, and he It is within 6 inches for the rest of the squad. And he has 5 submachine guns, which will be hitting on 2s, and 3 rifles, which will be hitting on 3s. All right, let's roll the submachine gun shots first.
10 dice.
10 dice hitting on 2s. All but 2. And they are regular, so killing on 4, 5, and 6. One,
that's good.
2, 3.
3 deaths.
3 deaths.
Okay. And a pin.
Okay, now roll for the 3 rifles, which are hitting on 3s. 3 more hits. Reroll, killing 4, 5, or 6. 1 more death. So that's 4 deaths in total. Now roll a dice for the Panzerfaust. Hitting on a 5 or 6.
Oh.
He misses. The Panzerfaust is gone.
God.
But there's been 4 deaths, which leaves 3 men, but they are fanatic because they're Japan, so no morale test. Aaron
It's almost inconsequential.
advances the regular squad up the bridge. We checked. They cannot see the Panzer IV. So, all right. Next dice.
Half.
Andrew advancing the Zarini up. Just doing the measuring now.
So 3.5.
Because there's
for
some
that.
road. Andrew advancing towards the center of the table
Really?
to point blank the bamboo squad, I assume.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
to block them, actually. That's a Zarini roadblock is what that is.
Okay. All right. What?
Kill them.
Okay. What are you firing with, Andrew? Are you firing? You have a Pindle-mounted MMG, but that makes you open top. You have a crew-fired MMG, as well as you have the medium howitzer.
I'm almost looking, yeah.
Advances up using the crew-fired MMG, which does not make it open top compared to his Pindle, to fire at the bamboo squad. He will be
And
hitting.
sit down. So 3, 4, 5, 6 on 6s.
No, he's not down.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. So he advanced, which would be 4, but point blank makes that 3. Down makes that 5s.
5s? Okay.
5 dice hitting on 5. Okay, 2 hits.
Pen?
Killing on 3s and 4s. 2 deaths. Aaron takes another pin and loses 2 men. And gets a dice, attempting to suicide anti-tank the Zarini.
There. 6.
Okay.
That's a big 6 inches.
You want to measure it?
No, I know. No, that's
We'll
fine.
figure
That's
it out
no,
here.
no.
And easily makes it with the bamboo or the suicide anti-tank man. So it's an automatic hit with a +8 penetration.
Oh shit.
So it takes a pin. Now roll a dice for penetration.
Oh, that was a
It
mistake.
has armor 9, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Armor 9 on the front.
Oh, I think I dropped a bowl there.
Okay. So here's for the penetration roll.
Those guys, man.
I'll beat you.
Yeah.
You're well hit.
They're hiding back there. I couldn't even see them.
All right. 5 plus 8 would be massive damage. Yeah. So we are now roll 1 more on the damage chart. It has 1 pin.
Guns.
Look, we're laying on the ground.
Oh, that was a
It's
mistake.
dead.
Oh, the internet's gonna tear me apart.
Okay.
on that one.
The Zarini has died.
Oh god.
But you
Ouch.
get a dice, though.
It's
Too low round.
Aaron trying to bring out another regular squad,
Go over there.
Yeah, there's no reason.
needing an 8 to pass.
Nope.
And they go down. Bordercross squad attempting to come out flank, but needing a 9.
Yeah, they don't suffer.
Oh, they don't suffer. A 10. All right, they come out. All right. Where are you bringing them out? So Andrew brings his Bordercross squad
close.
out on the left side. They advance halfway up and then advance 6 inches. And they're firing at the squad on the bridge. We looked at the sides. We determined that they are in the open. We measured. It's within 6 inches, so the flamethrower is able to hit. So we'll roll for that first. That will be hitting on a 3. He gets it.
3.
All right. Okay, now roll. It's D6 hits. 4 hits. Roll 4 dice. That one does not count. 3 deaths. Reroll that 6. Okay. So let's roll for pins from the flamethrower. It's D3 plus 1 pins. 4 pins.
Ooh.
Now roll one more dice to see if it runs out of fuel. It does. The flamethrower is gone. Okay. Now we will determine the rest of the guns. What else do you got in there, Andrew?
Does his loader go or just he goes?
No, just he goes.
Okay. Just rifles.
Just rifles?
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
you lost a man?
6 rifles hitting on 3s.
4 hits.
All right. Yep, 4 hits. And
2.
that's the regular squad, correct?
Yeah.
So 2 deaths. Reroll that 6. Nothing. So 6 deaths in total. That leaves 1 man with 4 pins. You will have to take a morale check despite being fanatic when you're down to 1 man. Okay, so 4 pins on regular. So we are needing a 5. That unit's dead. Andrew takes another dice, pulls further into the lead. Well done. Attempt to take the Horo out, requiring an 8 to pass. It comes out. Horo advances up the board, drives to the middle of the table, and firing at the squad in the open. So needing a 4 to hit. 1 dice with a heavy howitzer.
Come on, Horo.
He gets it. That's a 4-inch template. I believe. Pass it over. That is every single one of those men, which is 6 men in total. Roll 6 dice. They all die. No worries for Pin. They're dead. And Aaron claims a dice.
Where's his dice, though?
It's right there. Wow. Well, that was impressive. Aaron moving his suicide anti-tank man back behind the bushes.
Probably a good call, yeah.
Next dice. Aaron drops his lieutenant down. Andrew gets the next dice. Attempting to activate his bazooka with 1 pin. Needing an 8. He gets it. Just gets it.
Yeah.
All right. Drops the
Step
pin.
1.
Where is he going? Attempting to fire the bazooka at the Horo. Measure that range, though. It is within range. It's within 24. It is long range, so he's advanced, long range, and he's missing his assistant, hitting on a 6.
Oh, does that Oh, no.
1 dice hitting on 6.
What do you think, Aaron?
He does not get it. Next dice. Attempting to bring out the car out of reserves. Truck, sorry. Needing an 8. It comes out.
Oh, I was like, that was bad.
All right. Advances the truck up on the far side of the board here. Interesting move. Next dice. Andrew dumps his Aerocross Militia Squad out beside the truck.
Yeah, I do that.
All right. Next dice. The lieutenant from behind the wall to just over here. Advancing his lieutenant around the corner to shoot at the squad over here.
Good.
All right, we'll figure out the math. Advances up. He's within 6 inches. All 3 men have submachine guns.
6 dice.
So 6 dice hitting on 2s.
Dice hitting on 2s?
Yep. They
for
all
one.
hit. Oh, no. Sorry.
There's 1.
Okay, I'll roll those. That is a veteran squad killing on
Yeah.
5s and 6s. 1 death.
1 death.
Reroll that 6. A 3. So 1 death and a pin. So that marks the end of turn 3. So a few big things happened on this turn. The Zerini got wiped out by a suicide anti-tank squad. The Border Cross squad destroyed a regular squad. And then the Horo came out and wiped that squad. As well, the Panzerfaust was close. Fired at that and missed. The anti-tank gun missed its shot here, but the Panzer IV failed its test. It was a very interesting turn. Turn 4, I expect a lot of bloodshed. Currently, Andrew is in the lead. 3 dice to Aaron's 2. All right, turn 4. Andrew gets the first dice of turn 4, and he is firing his bazooka at the Horo. It's within range, but long range. And he's missing his gunner, or his loader. So hitting on a 5, 1 dice. He misses.
I forgot that it was
All right, next dice. Advances the Chiha up on the far side of the board here. He's firing the hull-mounted machine gun at this squad in the open. We look, they don't get soft cover because of the squad in front. And he's firing the light howitzer at the truck, which does get soft cover because of the squad in front. So the MMG will be hitting on, let's check the range there. Andrew, grab a tape measure.
That's 8 inch. Okay, it's 7, but it's over
Yeah.
6.
So it's over 6. So the hull-mounted MMG will be hitting on 4s. Are you going down, Andrew? Opts not to go down. So 5 shots hitting on 4 for the MMG. So there's 3 hits.
Is that cocked?
That is cocked. You can re-roll that.
Wait, how many? There's 3 hits?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 3 hits. Killing on 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Oh my god.
1 death. They take a pin. 1 death. All right. Now you're firing the light howitzer at the truck, which you advance, which makes it a 4. And soft cover makes it a 5. 1 shot hitting on a 5. He hits. He hits the truck. Okay, now roll for penetration. It is soft skin, and you have +2 penetration. 2 plus 2 is 4. It does not penetrate, but roll 1 dice for pins. It takes D3 pins. All right, 2 pins.
Pin on the squad and 2 pins there. We need some pins.
So 1 death on the inexperienced squad plus a pin, and 2 pins on the truck. Next dice. Ooh, gets a dice.
Advancing on the road.
He's advancing the car up to try and pen in the other armored car of Japan, and he's planning on taking an anti-tank rifle shot at its front armor. Able to advance up and take a side armor shot. Aaron not able to recce because he can't go any further backwards. So, and he can't drive forward because of the car. So, the armored car will be hitting on a 3. 1 dice.
So close.
4. He hits. Okay, now roll for penetration. Takes a pin. So 3 plus 2 is 5. It does not penetrate. Next dice. And gets a dice. And he was thinking about bonsaiing the lieutenant here, but the armored car is closer, so that's the closest visible enemy unit. So he's still attempting to assault this squad, but he needs to pass an orders check, or with 1 pin. And we'll check to see if he can see the Panzer IV. It looks like he can't. So
I don't think he can. No.
needing a 9 to pass.
No. If his wall is...
Oh my god.
He goes down.
Wow.
He goes down. Another dice. Firing his medium anti-tank gun at the Panzer IV. 1 dice. Hitting on a 4. For long range. He gets it. So it takes another pin. Now roll. It's at front armor. And it's got +5 penetration. So let's roll for penetration. 6 plus 5. That beats the front armor.
Okay.
And that's 11. That is not 3 over. Okay, so 1 roll on the damage chart. It's stunned. It goes down and takes another pin. And now roll another dice for a turret jam. On a 4, 5, or 6, the turret is jammed. It's jammed. So the turret is jammed.
Down and turret's jammed, eh?
Yeah. So it gets activated. Firing at the MMG team inside the tower. It has hard cover because of the sandbags. 1 dice hitting on a 5. He gets it. 4-inch template.
I never hit a 5.
Okay.
A 5
3
on
dice.
that 1 dice?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah. Well, 2/3 of the time you should.
2 deaths. Now roll for pins. It's a D6 pins. Oh, okay. So it takes 2 pins. And you need to take a morale check, so it'd be a 9, 8. You need a 7. You just make it with 1 man remaining. Okay, next dice. Dice. He's bonsaiing his 3 regular men into this squad right there. Okay, so 3 dice, killing on. They're within 6 inches, so they can't retaliate. Killing on 5s and 6s. 2 deaths. Okay, so Andrew, lose 2 men. Reroll that's... Oh, no, not for assault. Okay, lose 2 men. Okay.
Panzerfaust is dead anyway, so...
So you still have 5 submachine guns, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, roll 5 dice.
These are for the submachine guns?
Yep. Killing on 4, 5, or 6.
2.
2 deaths, reroll those 2. Yeah, they're all dead. So Andrew claims another dice. All right. Squad attempting to move with 1 pin, needing a 7 to pass.
So yeah, they did pass the test. I remember that.
They pass again. Lose all pins, and they're going to be advancing over the wreckage of the Zarini. Blood across the bridge. Next dice. Andrew moving his parachute squad backwards across the wall, trying to get away from the tank.
Scary tank is scary.
Next dice. Attempting to move his inexperienced squad up in front of the tank.
What do they need?
They have a pin,
What did you have?
needing a 7 to
Yeah,
pass.
and I'm told, like, I've been
Ooh,
vaccinated.
that's gonna be rough.
And then
Look at
I
that one,
went
there's
from
a 1
Camp,
down there.
Saskatoon to Toronto, Halifax.
And you
Like
pass.
All of it. So
All right.
meeting in Vancouver,
So
then come
you're
back,
advancing them up in front,
and
firing the Panzerfaust
I got 5.
at the front of the tank, but he's inexperienced, so needing a 4.
So I went out for supper with the
But he just rolled and got a 5, so he hits. That's plus 6 penetration against armor 8. So it takes a pin. Now roll for penetration.
It's like the first time I met anyone famous. I did fucking months.
So 4 plus 6 is 10. That's 2 over. Now roll on the damage chart. 4, it's dead.
Yeah, down.
The Chiha has died to the inexperienced squad's
Panzerfaust.
Panzerfaust. Wow.
Where's the smoke?
To bring the squad from reserve, needing an 8 to pass. They go down. So the regular squad that's still in reserve, still down. Firing his lieutenant squad at this enemy squad there. 3 submachine guns would be hitting on 2, but they're down, hitting on 4. 6
Down.
6 dice hitting on 4.
I forgot they were down.
1 hit. They take another pin.
6 though.
And no death.
Oh man, that was a terrible
All right.
idea.
Next dice. Advancing his lieutenant squad towards the bridge, which has the Horo on it. Puts his anti-tank man down. Aaron gets the next dice. Running his regular squad up behind the destroyed wreckage. Next dice. Attempting to move the veteran Honved squad back in the corner here. They have 1 pin. Needing a 9. He passes. Then advances the squad up and is firing at the veteran squad.
All rifles.
Let's measure the range. Are they
Oh, there's
within
that fucking-
6 inches?
this man, I'm-
Not within 6 inches. What do they have for guns? There is an MG42 that you've paid for,
Yeah, 1, 2,
and
4 rifles.
an MG42, and yes, 4 rifles. So the MG42 will be hitting on 4s because of the advance.
Doing that's is that 6?
That's 5 dice.
I thought. There's no upgrade there.
5 dice.
5.
that counts the upgrade.
What's it on?
4s. Actually, not 4s. Apologies. He is down. So it's 6s.
Ooh, 1 hit.
1 hit. They take another pin.
Oh yeah, he's down. I forgot about that again. Right. Roll that one.
No death.
Another pin.
Okay, and then 3 rifles.
That was 4.
4 rifles, sir. Which will be hitting on 6s as well. Okay. Just the pin. Next dice. It says flamethrower down. Alright. Andrew attempting to fire the MMG.
Does?
He passes. So he keeps a pin. And what are you firing at?
Those 3 guys across the way there.
Okay, so that would be normal range, but you have a pin, which would make it a 4. You are missing your loader, which makes it a 5. They're down. It's 6.
Those guys are down too?
6 is on 6. Are you firing? Oh, sorry, you're firing across the way.
Yeah, the 3 guys, yeah.
Okay. So let's measure that. Measured, it's 29 inches. They are in range, but it's long range. So the pin makes it a 4. The missing the loader makes it a 5. And I believe that's it. So 5 dice hitting on 5. Oh, and long range. So 6s. 5 dice hitting on 6. 2 hits. Takes a pin. Killing on 4, 5, or 6. No deaths. No deaths. Killing his truck with 2 pins. Hitting a 9.
Got it.
He has it. And you automatically lose both the pins because you can't lose less than 2. 9 goes down on the far side. Next dice. Francis, his lone lieutenant, up just behind the wall.
Ooh, good move. Sorry,
Next
guys.
dice. Attempting to fire the Nebelwerfer at the center squad on the bridge, but he has 1 pin, needing an 8 to pass. He passes, loses the pin. All right, roll for the center squad, 1 dice, needing a 6. He misses. Now rolling for the bamboo squad, needing a 6. Okay, we're going to measure for the other squads to see if they're in range. For the suicide anti-tank man, it's within range.
Okay.
So 1 dice for the suicide anti-tank man, hitting on a 6. He misses. Nothing from the Nebelwerfer. Is that all the dice for this turn? So that marks the end of turn 4. And Aaron still had 1 dice. And he's attempting to rally his armored car, needing a 9 to pass. It goes down. It cannot back up any further because it's pinned in against the river. But all right. Anyway, that was an interesting turn 4. We had a few more deaths. The Chiha is now dead. Andrew leads with 5 dice to Aaron's 2. All right, going on to turn 5. It's the first order dice of turn 5. He's firing his bazooka at the Horo. So it's long range 4. He's missing his loader, needing a 5 to hit. 1 dice. He misses. No
Excellent.
hit. Next dice.
Do you
So
want to change your target? I'll let you change.
gets a dice, advances his Horo up the road, and he's firing a heavy mortar shot at the squad right there. It is not within 6 inches. Are you going down, Andrew?
Yes.
Okay. Andrew goes down, so he'd be hitting on a 4. Now it's a 6. 1 dice, hitting on a 6.
Dice.
Go for it.
He
No, I
misses.
need my dice. Yeah.
No hit. Next dice. Now, trying to move his veteran squad with 3 pins. Needing a 7 to pass. He passes. Ditches a pin. Where are they going?
They're gonna assault.
Okay. All right. So you have 10 men left, I believe. Yes, 10 men. You're within 6 inches, so roll 10 dice. For the assault.
I don't think there's a way this goes my way.
1, 2, 3. Yep, they are dead. And they do not get to retaliate because they're not defending an obstacle. So Aaron claims a dice.
Oh, bent that gun.
All right, next dice. 1d6 to see how far away you can consolidate. 6 inches.
Can I assault his other squad like that?
No, you cannot. This is his turn right next to the other squad. Ooh, I like it. Next dice. Now firing his medium anti-tank gun at the Nebelwerfer, who does not get cover, but he opts to go down. It's long range and down, needing a 6. Nothing. All right. Andrew now gets a dice, and he is firing his armored car at the Horo with his anti-tank rifle. It's within 6 inches. 1 dice hitting on a 2. He gets the hit. Now it's +2 penetration against armor 6. 5 plus 2 is 6, 7. Penetrates the armor. It takes a pin for sure. Now rolling on the damage chart. 1 dice.
30%.
It's dead.
4.
Andrew gets another dice. The Horo is dead. Attempting to fire his MMG team, which has 1 guy left, but 1 pin, needing an 8.
Yeah, he kind of sucks. I forgot that.
He goes down.
No.
All right, next dice. Attempting to rally the Panzer IV, needing a 9. All right, he passes it. Now roll 1 dice. So you lose 1 pin plus whatever this roll is. So you lose 2 pins, which leaves you with 2, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Ouch. All right, next dice. Moving his parachute squad back towards here and attempting to fire at the bamboo squad. All right, he has 4 rifles in that squad.
I'll just wait. Hold on. 1. No, that's not.
Awesome men, so he only has 2 rifles. Measure the range real quick.
It's long range.
Measure that range, make sure it's within 24.
Yeah, it might not even be within range. Oh, yeah, it's within range.
All right, within 24 inches. 2 rifles.
Long range advance, 3, 4, 5, hitting on 5s.
Yep, 2 dice hitting on 5. Takes a
Okay.
pin. Roll 1 dice, killing on 3, 4, 5, or 6. 1 death, reroll that 6. Nothing. Okay, 1 death and a pin. Bonsaiing his bamboo squad, but the tank is the closest visible enemy unit, so running up just in front of the tank. Alrighty. Aaron advancing his regular rifle squad up across the bridge.
I'd like to shoot if possible.
Alright, we'll measure and check. And firing his regular squad of 7 men at the Nebelwerfer. Alright, so he's advanced, which makes it 4. Long range 5. They're down. 6 on 6. 7 dice.
7.
Yep.
1, 6.
Alright, reroll that 6. Nothing. Alrighty. Puts his man down. And now you were trying to...
Get those guys out.
Okay, they have 1 pin. Regular. Needing an 8 to pass. They fail. They go down.
Nice.
Alright. Moving his truck out of the way. Alright, next dice. Aaron attempting to pull his last squad out of reserve. Needing an 8.
Whoops.
He passes. Brings his squad out on the far left side of his side, attempting to fire at the bazooka squad. He's within range, but it's long range. And they advanced. So, and it's small team, needing a 6 with 7 dice. 7 dice, needing a 6. Two hits, takes a pin, killing on a 4, 5, or 6. It's dead. Aaron takes another dice, closing up the points disparity. So currently it is 6 to 4 after that. Pretty close game still. Moves his suicide anti-tank man from behind the bushes further back, trying to save a dice. Next dice. Flamethrower goes down. All right. Next dice. Or Andrew, sorry, attempting to advance his Shirker squad, needing to pass a test.
Yeah.
8 or less. They move, advancing backwards and trying to fire at the bamboo squad. So he advances back, firing at the bamboo squad. So they are inexperienced, and it's long range.
Inexperienced doesn't matter.
Oh, wait, is it within 12 inches, sir?
It's within 12.
Okay, so it's not long range,
Yeah,
but inexperience makes 4.
doesn't matter, does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
So advance 4, and inexperience 5.
Oh, how many?
Pulls, hitting on 5.
3?
All right. Yep. 3 hits. They take another pin, killing on 4, 5, or 6. 3, 4, 5, or 6. All right.
2 deaths.
2 deaths. Reroll that 6.
I don't know if his guys are any different.
All right. Okay, 2 more deaths off that squad. Another pin. So to reiterate, 4 dice that Aaron has to 6 dice that Andrew has. That's the end of turn 5, going on to turn 6. So far, Aaron getting very aggressive towards the middle
You
as well.
How many pins do you have?
2.
So just wait. You probably lost them both.
All right. First order dice of turn 6 goes to Aaron, and he is attempting to bonsai his veteran squad into this veteran squad over here. He's bonsaiing, so no need to pass the orders test. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 dice, killing on 5s and 6s.
Car not closer still? You're fine.
Okay, so 3 deaths. Okay, so Andrew, lose 3 men, and then you can retaliate.
Oh, like lose them right away, hey?
Yep,
Whichever ones I want.
yep. There's just submachine guns and rifles, correct?
Yep.
Or not submachine guns. No submachine gun and rifles.
And the LMG.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry. Rifles and LMG.
So
That's
3 dice. Reroll 3 dice. Killing on 5s and 6s. One death. So, Andrew, you lose. He takes your dice.
It's done, eh?
It's done. Now, Aaron, roll 1d6, and this is how far away you can consolidate. Four inches. Aaron, consolidating up on the front here. All right.
You get one?
Next dice. Aaron firing his medium anti-tank gun now. Across the table at the Panzer IV. Needing a 4 to hit for long range. He hits. Okay, takes another pin. Now, rolling for penetration. Front armor. So 4 plus 5 is 9. Surficial damage. Okay, now roll 1 on the damage chart, minus 3 on this roll, though. 4 minus 3 is 1. Stunned. It takes another pin, and it goes down. Its turret's already jammed. All right, so pull a dice out for him. Gets another dice. Advancing his regular rifle squad further forward and shooting at the veteran paratrooper squad here. What is the range? Andy, you want to measure that real quick for us?
Sure.
So,
14.
long range. So, advanced and long range, are you going down, which would be 4 or 5 to hit?
What is it right now? Sorry?
It's 5.
3, 4, 5.
Down would make it 6s on 6. Andrew opts to go down. So, 7 dice, hitting on 6s
What
on
happened there?
6.
I missed it.
All right, nothing. No hits. 3 3 pins.
That's too cool.
2 pins on a inexperienced squad needing a 6 to pass. He passes.
They're gonna
Okay.
assault your Nebel Warfare.
They are assaulting the Nebelwerfer. It's incapable of firing back. So we have how many men left?
9.
All right. So roll 9 dice, killing on 4, 5, or 6.
50-50, but there's 4 of them.
One, two. There's 3 deaths. It's dead.
Yeah.
So the Nebelwerfer is dead. That's another dice to Aaron. So the game is currently tied up.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. 6 to 6. Roll 1d6. Yeah, roll 1d6 to consolidate. 6 inches
From where?
from the Nebelwerfer.
From the Nebel Warfare?
Attempting to fire his regular rifle squad at the MMG team in the building. They are not in range. Fails to fire. Next dice. To activate his Shirker squad, needing an 8 to pass. They activate. What are you doing with them?
They're going to assault this team here.
All right, the Shirkers are assaulting the inexperienced squad. So they are fanatics, but this Shirker squad has fatalistic zeal, which makes them fanatics in close quarters. So this is going to be an interesting battle. All right. Okay. So, Andrew, roll for, I count 8 men. None of them are tough fighters. So roll 8 dice. Killing on 3, 4, 5, or 6. So I see 2 not deaths. And that's 6 deaths.
6 deaths.
Which leaves Aaron with how many men left?
1, 2, 3. 3 men left.
Roll 3 dice. Killing on 3, 4, 5, or 6.
I got lucky because they're Shirkers, so they can sometimes just not do it.
Okay, 3 deaths.
Okay.
Andrew loses 3. Okay, now Andrew, roll 5 dice.
You want these in here, John, or where do you want these?
Yeah, sure. Roll 5 dice. Fanatics again, we have another round. 5 dice, killing on 3, 4, 5, or 6. They are all dead.
Yeah.
That is the end of that. So Aaron loses another dice. Wow.
Takes the lead.
Jump up
Yep.
1.
So Andrew pulls ahead again in the lead. Next dice. This is flamethrower down
I think this is
and the
my only dice
anti-tank
left.
suicide anti-tank squad
Oh,
down. Okay. Andrew, what are you doing with this dice? Andrew
Whatever.
puts his truck down. Next dice. Attempts to activate his MMG squad with 1 pin.
Got it 4.
He passes. Ditches the pin. Trying to figure out where he fires. Andrew firing his MMG team then at the lieutenant squad back there. They go down. So it is long range and missing the loader, which makes it 4, 5. And down makes it 6 on 6. 5 dice. Nothing. Okay, next dice. It's a dice. Firing his anti-tank rifle at the armored car, needing to hit on a 2. He gets a 6. It hits. Rolling for penetration. It is side armor. So 5 plus 2 is 6, 7. It penetrates the side. Now rolling on the damage chart. 6. It's dead. Aaron loses his armored car. Andrew pulls ahead with now 2 dice to Aaron's dice. Is that mark all of the dice? Okay, that is everything for turn 6. We're going to roll 1 dice. And on a 4, 5, or 6, there is a turn 7. So, Aaron, roll this dice. There is no turn 7. So,
wow.
so well done.
It was me just
Andrew?
at the end, like,
Andrew wins the game with 2 more dice than Aaron. It was a close game, though. It was That was a good one to watch. All right, over and out.